My name is Ron Saunders Jr. This is the Shorts Collaborative. Back with Cynthia DA. What attracts you to cinema? So for me, when I was facing situations and I said, wow, this is difficult. What do I do? I continued to want to tell stories. I developed something called boutique wedding cinema, where I began to shoot weddings like cinematic documentaries on people's weddings day. And this to me was the opportunity to stay tuned in with filmmaking, the process, shooting, editing, post-production, everything that would be involved pre-production as well. I got into filmmaking through documentary filmmaking and telling stories. And then when things started to turn in Hollywood, I went back to documentaries, but I just went to a market that I knew people needed the product of video, and I sold documentaries in the wedding market. What do you love about cinema? What is it about filmmaking that you are attracted to? Like, what is the part about it that says this is the most unrealistic job and profession, and yet I persist?
It's like an unquenchable just desire, like innate. It's almost innate. Like when you're not creating, you're not happy. You know what I mean? Like when you're not creating something, you're not happy. So I just love to create. Like I said, I animate, I sketch, I sing, I dance. I just love to create, and funny story, when I was a kid, I actually thought I was going to be a lawyer. Haha, funny. But now I couldn't imagine my life any other way, because once I discovered that I could actually make a career out of creating, it made sense. It just made sense to me. But I guess along the line, you start to figure out ways that what you just love to do can actually sustain you, and pay the bills and all that. And that's how I found myself here, just being creative and figuring out, okay, I want to be an independent filmmaker. I want to do this, I want to do that. But at the same time, I got to pay my bills. How do I do all that, And you just figure that out along the way,
Yeah, I do. Again, one of the things I'm really passionate about is don't waste my time. Again, I'm a Capricorn, so we are about our business, and that does include, contracts, deposits.
Right.
So,
yeah, absolutely.
And I
respect that.
Yeah, I feel like it's important for people to take their hustle and their creative hustle serious enough.
Seriously, I agree.
To try to make it worth their time, and not just to be an expensive or an elaborate hobby, but to be something that, that you profit from in a certain way. And it's not even always about the money. Sometimes I'm interested in the project, and the charge rate is more about making sure that there's some level of respect for me when I show up. Now, like if I showed up and I didn't charge you anything, first of all, what am I doing? I'm not in business. And then second of all, you're not going to, you're gonna be like, whatever, I got this guy for nothing. If you have to pay for something, you show a little bit more respect to it. And I want to encourage people that are in filmmaking to try to find ways to earn from it. And it's interesting because what we're talking about here is independent work. A lot of people go the industry route. And they find a job working within a studio or something like that. And, it's a 9 to 5.
Very few people are successful.
And that's a way. I mean, that's a way for a lot of people. And a lot of people I know that are more on the independent route have found a niche that they can sell that uses their video skills, that allows them to also work on their creative goal. So like I'll shoot a car commercial.
Yep.
That'll pay some bills. And then I'm still working on my own personal creative goals.
Right.
So it's a bit of that. And so that's one of the things that I did.
It is. Absolutely. Like for you, it's commercials. For me, it's been corporate videos. So just like storytelling. And I also have a PR background. One of my masters is in public relations. So I kind of like integrate the knowledge, the creative knowledge with the public relations background. And I help corporate bodies tell their stories, like you said, there's a story behind everything. It's the same way there's a story behind why two people are deciding to get married. It's the same way there's a story behind why did you start this company? What's your why? Like, why are you small business consultant, you know what I mean?
Right.
So getting to the heart of those stories and helping corporations, helping small businesses tell their stories is one of, that's how I pay the bills and fund my passion.
100%.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you got to find a way. So I definitely challenge
Exactly.
anybody that's watching this to say, what is it that I do better than anybody else? Where, you know,
Right.
and like I tend to be a jack of all trades. I do mix my own audio, color grade, do my own motion graphics, visual effects, and things that are built into my film, shoot, edit, write, direct. That's not for everybody. And that's not
True.
actually the best way to approach being a rock solid professional about a specific thing.
Yeah.
But I have a different
Yeah.
motor. I
Yeah.
got a different motor. I run a different way. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
and one of the
Yeah.
things I would say too is hone in on something you actually really like. So if you like to shoot car commercials or if you like to shoot cars, just get a reel of you shooting cars and put that together. And then from within that, you'll be able to connect and grow and network with people that are in different fields of automotive. It could be aftermarket car parts. It could be auto body shops. It could be custom work. It could be actual dealerships and manufacturers. If that's what you like to shoot, shoot that. But don't show
Right.
those guys a reel of you shooting music videos or
Something
something that's
else.
completely unrelated. Nothing
Yeah.
against, you know, if you want to shoot music videos, shoot music videos. And then develop that reel. If you want to be an editor, it's difficult to show somebody your reel of shooting and editing. Show them editing work that you've edited. You know, show them what you've cut. That people seeing is believing. People don't believe things that they haven't seen you do. So show them what you
True.
need them to see.
Absolutely.
I need you to see that
Yeah.
I can do this. So I'm going to show you what I've done in this space. And you'll be able to, you know, start to build from within that. But
Yep.
narrow your focus into something specific. And from there, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to carve out a niche or a niche, depending on how you pronounce it. A way, a way for you to find access into the industry, and then you start to find, you know, revenue streams out of that, and then from there you ask yourself, well, what am I doing with this? Maybe you're the car guy.
Yeah.
Maybe you go make the next Fast and Furious type of movie. You know, maybe you take what you learn from that and put it into something creative. So that's, you know, again, I encourage people, don't be discouraged. You got to get the right information. And you have to have the right approach and understand, you know, how do I go about doing that?
Yeah.
And communicating with people and learning how to communicate effectively. Effective emails get me paid. When I send the right email that connects with what I know the person is looking for, I have a better chance of getting the gig. When I'm applying to a gig, 40, 50, 60 other people are applying to the same gig. How do I stand out at every point of communication to make sure that I win the day? And if you're going to be on the independent road, you really have to develop those skills. If you're not, if you go in studio, get your resume together, get your job, and then you kind of kick into what you're doing. But if you're on the independent road, you got to learn how to communicate in a very effective way that impresses people and allows people to have faith, and you build that.
Gives them confidence in you. You know, absolutely. I agree.
So
I agree. The power of the email. You know, I agree. It's like, you know, a lot of creatives are handicapped in the sense that they don't have the administrative skills, but like administrative skills is like sending emails, all that stuff, you know, taking care of your clients. So say your client wants like deliverables aside from just the videos, you know, they want like a list of this, they want a list of that. All those skills help if you want to make a business out of filmmaking. Like you said, you know, Ronald, again, you know, another example, like I was just blown away by his reel versus other people who had applied for the same gig when I put it out there. There was this dude who was like, his email was just so off from what I was from what I was asking for. And then even before I had the opportunity to set up an interview, he's like, send me your number. I was like, what, dude? You know, I feel like I think I ended up blocking that guy because he just freaked me out. You know, I was like, what is this? Like, it seemed like a scam. It didn't seem genuine.
Right.
So your ability to present yourself in a professional way, which is a very strong, you know, administrative skill, ability to present yourself in a professional way counts. It matters if you want to make a successful business out of making videos, out of, you know, being an independent filmmaker. Yeah.
And it's all good practice, and nothing is the end of the world. We all make mistakes. You know, we all, you know, poo-poo the bed from time to time and wish we didn't do this, that, and the third. But the important thing is to go back and figure out, assess, like, hey, what didn't work? then,
Absolutely.
Then make those modifications.
Absolutely. Experimentation. It's, I wouldn't, it hasn't been easy. Like I said, you know, I prefaced what I said with, it hasn't been easy, but even finding what it is you want to focus on isn't easy. It's not like an easy process, but what I always tell people is whatever the process, it requires experimentation, and experimentation requires doing. Just keep doing, you know, and then you find you start to figure out your way, your path along the way.